My name's Lucas Uchida. I'm based out of Vancouver, BC, and I'm one of Tokyo Powder's athletes. So I've always liked Tokyo Powder, first off, because the chalk is just amazing for me. It's like really finely ground, so I find like it gets into my skin like really nice, and my skin holds the chalk really well. The brand itself is like a brand made by people who are obsessed with climbing and really detail-oriented and really looking to innovate the industry. Pure is just like their like base chalk, so it has no added ingredients. It's only chalk. So if you are worried about like any additives in the chalk and you'd prefer to use something that is like only chalk and nothing else, then Pure is the chalk for you. Especially if your hands are already dry or it's like already a particularly dry day. You might prefer Pure over some of their other chalks. Black has a light drying agent added to it. So if on a slightly humid day, or like if you're somewhere where it's like usually a little bit more humid, you want that extra bit of like drying, black will dry your hands a little bit more without like actually drying them to the point where they're like cracking or you're developing any splits. It's like really gentle on your skin, but still provides that like extra little bit of drying that you might want on like a slightly more humid day. So usually when I'm climbing in Squamish, it's pretty humid already because we're in like a rainforest. So I'll usually use black instead of Pure. Yeah, probably my favorite out of the ones they have. Both Boost and React are base layers for when you chalk up. So React is a spray that you can put on your hands, and Boost is like kind of these little pebble-like pieces of chalk that you can like rub into your hands where you chalk up. Both are meant to help with like adding friction to your hands. Boost acts more like a base layer to like hold the chalk and adhere the chalk to your hands, whereas React kind of like helps prime your hands for like when you chalk up and actually climb. We're in Squamish in the Apron Boulders today, climbing on Tatonka in the Tatonka area. So Tatonka is a pretty popular boulder, so some of the holds were like a little bit greasy or polished from how often they've been climbing on. So today I wanted like that extra little bit of grip when I was climbing the boulder. So I used Boost first as like a base layer, and then I used black on top of the Boost. And I found with that, I could like keep the chalk on my hands until like the very, very end of the boulder, and like have that extra little bit of grip while climbing through like the slightly more polished holds. Well, on Tatonka, I really wanted to like do it first try, which didn't end up happening. I started with the wrong foot, but I wanted to like finish the boulder quickly. So during my climb, I really wanted to make sure that there was like no like random thing that could like screw me up and like have me not finish the boulder. So chalk, for example, I really wanted to make sure that like I could make it through the whole boulder with chalk on my hands, and towards the end not have to worry about my hands slipping at all. Especially when I was trying like the V10 extension to it, because that adds so many more moves. I wanted to make sure that like the chalk would stay on my hands through the whole boulder. So that's why I used that base layer of Boost plus the black on top of it. And that like kept my hands dry until like the very end. To summarize, Tokyo Powder is a brand made by climbers for climbers. They're absolutely obsessed with climbing and are really detail oriented. Pure and Black, Boost and React are all available at Climb On.